to get you to give anything away with the help of some of the other running backs, but this could be a week that you maybe are needed more in the backfield than at wide receiver?
I think so. Me and Coach Day, we had a talk after that game, and he just said that I just proved that I can do more. So whether that's more opportunity backfield or more opportunity on the perimeter, whatever that may be, whatever he calls for, whatever he asks for, I'm going to be ready. So.
How good does that feel, being a fifth-year guy, a guy who walked on here, that you put yourself in that position where you're being trusted to play?
It feels good. I would definitely say that was kind of my whole goal. My whole goal was to be able to give everything I have to this program. Like I said this in an interview not too long ago, but when in the losses and everything that I went through, I always ached because I wanted to do more. I wanted to have more of an impact on the game, and so I feel that the Lord kept me here, and He gave me the opportunity to continue to beat on that rock. And when it finally cracked, you saw kind of what it was when I got the opportunity. So.
Did you always envision that you would get to this point where you'd be running for a 71-yard touchdown in the game?
If I'm being honest, I was a zealous freshman. So even coming in, I was like, I'm gonna do this my freshman year. I had high hopes for myself. The Lord had another plan, and I was able to yield to His plan. And like I said, keep beating on that rock through the brotherhood, strength and conditioning coaches. There was a whole bunch of people who kept me in it and allowed that vision to come to fruition. So. I'm sorry. Yeah.
What for this being a practice for you? Most weeks, what's your kind of like idea of playing receiver, playing running back?
So to be honest, last week I actually didn't play any running back until Thursday after practice. There was a mishap in practice that allowed, or that they had some doubt that I may need to come in the backfield. So I had not taken any running back reps all week. Really, any substantial reps since probably camp or early on in the season. But now it's kind of like I'm bouncing back and forth. So I'll be one period I'll be with the running backs and making sure I'm getting the ball handling, everything down with CJ. And then if there's a skills period next, I'll be doing my footwork and stuff with the receivers. I think that they have a great plan for me. Coach Day has a great plan for me. Coach Alfred, Coach Hart, and I just kind of follow that plan and do what I'm told. So.
How do you like kind of bounce back between periods? It takes for probably a lot of stuff to keep track of.
It definitely is. And I was talking to my coach actually yesterday before practice, and I think that my whole story, I was being prepared for this. There was a lot of questioning why I was bouncing back and forth and why I couldn't get my feet grounded in one room. But like I said, I think the Lord had a plan. His plan, He saw past the trouble I had in that moment, and He was able to see to right now where I'm more capable to switch back and forth, and I can do so seamlessly as opposed to having trouble one way or another. So.
Xavier, there's been a few games this year where the team's kind of leaned on you and Dallin to carry the load of running backs because of injuries, other circumstances. What's your relationship with Dallin right now? How do you guys feed off of each other?
So me and Dallin, we were coming in. He came in obviously as a freshman, and one thing that I think that is so good, so special about our team this year was that we kind of took the freshman in. So I would make it a point to kind of talk to him, help him, because it's hard coming in as a freshman. It's especially when there's expectations. You're coming into a room that has so many great players that have come before you. So early on, I would say that we were pretty close. But then when I went into the receiver room and he was in the running back room, so there were freshmen in the receiver room that I was trying to bring along as well. So I would say it kind of drifted apart, but we still have that mutual respect and mutual love where, we can't feed off of each other. I would say that I trust him with the ball in his hands, and I hope he would say the same for me. So.
Has there ever been a moment where you've had to pick him up a little bit as a freshman that you recall?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, it's hard coming in. There's a lot of expectations on you. Coach Alford, he's a man who is going to coach you hard. He expects greatness out of you, and sometimes that can be burdensome when you're not used to that type of coaching. So there have been times where Coach Alford may have got him, ripped him for a play, but you have to run over there and pat him on the back, tell him this next play. We just got to keep going. You know, he wants the best for you. It's hard to see that sometimes.
Where have you spent most of this week, Xavier?
Uh,
Room, running back room in the hall.
So I would say I've been doing all receiver work as it goes, like when we're in meetings and everything. But when we get on the field, there's a lot of I was just telling them I do a lot of tracks, a lot of backfield action, just doing some ball handling with CJ, with Kyle. Just trying to make sure that we have that chemistry. But like I said, in the meeting room, I've been all receiver, but on the field, I've been bouncing back and forth.
You know, we made a big deal about the go-ahead touchdown catch against Notre Dame because it was a big deal.
Right. Yes, sir.
But last week, 71-yard run, touchdown, kind of swing out of the backfield. I think that was running back spot.
Yes,
Swing
sir.
out of the backfield, another catch. And then you recover the punt at the 2.
Yes, sir.
What else can you do?
Shoot, I just like to give glory to God. He's given me all these talents. He's putting me in a position where I can glorify His name, and whenever I get the opportunity, I try to maximize it, with whatever that may be. And it's first to glorify God, but it's secondly for the love of my brothers. You can put me in a tackle, you can put me in a guard. You know, I'm gonna try my darndest to get the job done. And like I said, it's a special bond. There's a lot of people counting on me, and that's not like a selfish thing, but it's more of a thing like I don't want to let my brothers down. So.
Yeah, but this is on the number 2 team in the country, too.
You're right. Here's that.
I'm not going to make fun of something. I almost said something.
Yeah.
I mean, do you feel like you've become a pretty valuable part of this team? Without bragging too much.
Yeah, so I was actually just talking we were out here catching jugs before practice, me and Marvin, and we were just talking about how surreal it is to be in that position that you once marveled at, you know, when we were kids. You know, it was like that's the number 2 team in the country. Like, jaw drop. You see, I don't know, for me it was like Braxton Miller, watching you know, different players like that, dominant players grow up. Ted Ginn, you know, the whole Devere Posies and people like that. But now we're in that position. So I would say that I would just see it as an honor. I don't see it as me being more valuable than the next guy. I think that I am doing my darndest, my best to bring everybody along so we can continue that tradition of excellence.
One of the quickies. 2 more questions. If Dallin's the starter on Saturday, you know, if Mayan and they decide to hold Mayan and Travion out, maybe you're the backup too. But is Dallin ready for this challenge? I mean, obviously he went in last week. I mean, what do you see about him that's different from 8 weeks ago?
I see it's a maturation process, and Coach Alford does a heck of a job of getting people ready for games. Whether that's you're the first guy or you're somebody who might be further down the line. So Dallin, he's a grown man. He comes to work every day. He doesn't like making mistakes. He's very hard on himself. And I think that those couple things coupled together allow someone to be ready when their number's called. It's not something that happens by chance, or he's not out there just running around, but he knows what he's doing. He's confident in himself, and he's ready to make that play when his number's called. So.
Xavier, maybe you already asked this. What's it been like to kind of flip-flop back and forth, to come as a running back and receiver, doing both of them at the same time? What's that kind of been like, that process when you get to this point?
I would say all the way up until this year, it was kind of hard on me. I was feeling like I was getting traction in one room, and as soon as I felt like I was getting some traction, then I would get flipped. And I would, like I said, I would ask why. But I think the Lord had a bigger plan for me, and He allowed me to go through some things early. And when I didn't falter, it was something that the Lord gave to me late, the ability, understanding to switch back and forth, the flexibility. And so I think that now I'm much more comfortable with it. I'm not as scatterbrained when I have to switch, and I'm looking at a whole different part of the signal. But now I'm thinking about the signal in a wholesale. So I would say that it's definitely something that I was prepared for, even though I didn't like it all the time, and it's something that I actually kind of enjoy now. So.
I mean, do you feel pretty comfortable then?
Yes. Definitely. I'm good with both now. I can I'm thinking about the running back situation when I'm at receiver. I'm thinking about what I would have at receiver when I'm at running back, and just kind of working the game that way in practice. Of course, once I get in the game, I'm very cut and dry. But yes.
All right. Thank you, Xavier.
Thank you guys.